Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Mia and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is her ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the puppies when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any correction that's needed. And the only correction that we give is a little tug and release on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. We're going to supply you with your very own training equipment, and we're going to be instructing you on how to use that by phone, Skype, any way that you need us to after she goes home. Now she is sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to be demonstrating for you is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking, and the command is Mia heel. Now at this point Mia has a job to do, and that is to remain even with your left leg during walks. She isn't supposed to be dragging you down the street. She's supposed to be walking nicely by your side, keeping pace with you so that you're not being whipped out of your shoes when you're walking. And each time that you stop walking, she has been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for her next command. So if you're stopping to speak with someone at your building, or you're stopping to cross traffic, when you stop your feet, she sits. When you turn, she should turn. So she should always be more focused on where you are than everything that's going on around her. And you can see her looking up at Rich and focusing and paying attention. Now the next command that we're going to demonstrate is the sit stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command. You're going to lengthen out the amount of time that she's able to hold this command, and you can do this right in your house. You don't have to go outside. Start out at about 30 seconds and work slowly up to 3 minutes. When Rich returns back to her, he walks all the way around her, ending up back where they started at heel position, and she remains seated until he got back, and at this point she expects to get another command, and they take off heeling again. So everything is about developing her self-control, her maturity, her focus, her ability to pay attention and keep her eye on you, and not just be all over the place. Nice automatic sit. Rich will leave her in another sit stay. He turns to face her at the end of his leash. And this time, instead of returning back to her like he did before, he's going to call her. Mia, come. She comes right in front and sits, and then she returns back to heel and back sitting. And she looks up at him and she gets praised for a good job. And praise is a little good girl, little scratch behind the ears. Don't go over the top with your praise, because then you have to get her back focusing. And she's a happy girl. She's become very much more confident, probably a little too confident actually, but she's very smart, and this is good exercise for her mind. Rich calls her in. She comes right in and sits. So she has to keep all 4 feet on the floor when she's greeting you, and then back to heel and back sitting. The poodles are so highly intelligent that they need this mental stimulation. You can put your video on and just practice right indoors if you don't want to go outside or it's too hot. And she'll do this inside as well as outside. Now she didn't sit right away, so you saw that little tug that we spoke about. Now this time we're going to demonstrate the down from a heel position. So always have your dog seated first, left open palm straight down toward the ground, one word command to down and stay. And this of course can be practiced right in your living room. You're going to start out at about a minute and work up to 5 minutes. When Rich returns back to her, he walks all the way around her and ends up back at heel, and he stops. When he gets to her shoulders, he stops, because at that point she expects to get another command. If you keep walking, she'll get up and go with you at that point. Nice sit, down, stay. And she needs this mental stimulation. A bored poodle is problem child. And Rich will call her out of this down. She comes right in and sits. Perfect. Back to heel and back sitting. What a good girl. Now the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is your down from a distance. So you have her seated first, you leave her in a sit stay, you turn to face her. This is the only time that you're going to use your right hand to give the command, and she goes down from a distance. Now you're going to continue to work on all your commands with her. We have demonstrated all of the formal commands. I'm going to send you home a packet of information to help you out with reacclimating her to home. She has done a great job here at school. Her veterinary records are all updated, and I will send them home with her as well. We want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company. We've enjoyed her very much.